Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews, where if you are on our YouTube channel or you saw the title, you know the movie we are talking about. And I hope you realize that we are talking about the first one because I can't review the new one unless I do the first one too, because it piggybacks off of it. It's kind of important to talk about the first one now. If you are a Christian music fan, you are probably well aware of this movie already. And if you are not, I hope that you'll still give this movie a chance because there is just something kind of special here. We are talking about the movie I Can Only Imagine. Now, I gave this movie a guarded, innocent rating because there are some scenes that are a bit intense that you might need to explain to younger viewers just because of the tumultuous relationship that Bart had with his dad. And so that kind of makes things a little sticky in places. But before we get to talking too much about the movie, and don't worry, I'm going to share the original review with you that was on moviedeputy.com. Hey, buddy. Got Stormy in here with me today. So I just heard one with them yelling. I'm like, oh, so I was looking around just to figure out which one it was. Okie dokie, but let's get into the trailer and then I will be sharing more of this with you. Here we go. As you see, it is rated PG because of some of those thematic elements in that.
It's an amazing song.
Just kind of happened. Took about 10 minutes, I guess.
Bart, you didn't write this song in 10 minutes. It took a lifetime. How'd you do this?
You know, I've never told anybody my story. When I was 11 years old, life was tough.
Where's Mama?
She's gone. She don't want me no more. And she don't want you neither.
Now that's going to be very emotional for some people. The feeling of abandonment, the feeling of loneliness, dealing with abuse, things like that. So this movie does get really heavy at times.
And I've always loved music. And I found some songs that I held on to. They gave me hope.
Mercy me, that can't be his real voice.
Because I needed it. Dad, I can do this.
No, you can't. And you're gonna blink your eyes and you're gonna realize that life has gotten you nowhere because you chased some stupid dream.
I'm leaving, Shannon.
I want you to know that I pray for you all the time. And I hope that you find whatever it is that you're looking for out there.
What are you running from?
My dad.
Then write about it. Let that pain become your inspiration.
I got some stuff I need to sort out.
And I deal with it the only way I know how. And that's to write a song.
You hungry? I set the table.
What is this?
I want to make things right. You and me.
My dad was a monster, and I saw God transform him.
You have a gift. Real gift.
I didn't think that God could do that. And so I wrote this song for my dad.
Obviously, that's not March 16th of this year. That was March 16th of 2008 that this movie came out. And if you've ever had a troubling relationship with a parent, if you've ever had a troubling relationship with a caregiver of any sort, if you have dealt with things that just felt overwhelming and you needed to have a way to express that or to express yourself, if you've ever needed just an outlet, this is a movie that you're not going to want to miss. Now, before I get to talking too much about this, I want to share with you the original review that I had on moviedeputy.com. And obviously, now that this is in podcast format, you can find the review actually in the description below. But if you'd rather read it that way, but I will share it with you here with you as well. I can only imagine a phrase, a story, a song that changed the world. Believers and non-believers alike have found comfort, solace, and hope in this simple song. Only the song is not as simple as it seems. It was written in only a few minutes' time. But in reality, it was only put on paper in those few minutes. It actually took a lifetime to write. A lifetime of pain, a lifetime of heartache, forgiveness, redemption, darkness, and light. How can one song portray so much? That's what this story explains. Bart grew up in a household of turmoil and pain. He found hope in things that were away from home, anything away from home. As hard as he tried to escape, as far as he ran, the past trailed along with him. It haunted him and cast a shroud of doubt upon him that kept him from fulfilling his potential. Through the impossible, he found a way to move past that when he experienced something incredible. One experience, one person would change his entire outlook on life and help him to realize something that was inside of him all along. Incredibly inspiring and uplifting, Bart's story can be a bit intense in times, as this story deals with the darkness as much as it does the light. It is a Christian-based story, but even with that, there is much more to this than just that. Those who have been touched by this song will want to experience the journey it took to create it. What are you waiting for? Sometimes I miss the whole very philosophical writing and tone that I had when I put, I'd say pen to paper, but it was fingers to keyboard when I would write out the reviews like that. But at the same time, I like just sitting here talking to you about the reviews as well, because it gives a little bit of a different perspective on it. And the new movie, obviously, I will get into the details on that. But in this one, it's a beautiful story of redemption. It's a beautiful story about love, loss, finding yourself. I know a little bit about something like that, a difficult relationship with parental figures, being just somebody who didn't really have an outlet. Believe it or not, I was a very introverted child. I'm probably the most extroverted introvert you'll meet, or I'm an introverted extrovert, depending on how you look at that. I am neurodivergent in that as well, which adds another piece to the puzzle. But I've spent years putting my own feelings down on paper when I couldn't find another way to do so. It's been published and things like that too. And I've started actually encompassing a little bit more with that. So if you're curious about some of my writings outside of Movie Deputy, you can check out a new page that I have created on YouTube, new channel called Soul Conveyance. And I will put a link down below if you're curious about that. But so there's going to be that to check out and a lot of other things. And there's also a page on Facebook with that where I've shared a lot of my poems. And you're probably thinking, oh, great, another woman who just writes sappy poems. No, it's not like that. It really isn't. And like I said, if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine as well. But I can only imagine it's a very powerful song that a lot of people, believers and non-believers alike, are familiar with. And so it's just amazing how one song and one life can do this. And Bart's life, he needed somebody to believe in him. And the person that believed in him didn't just change, what he thought of what he became, but it changed what he thought of himself. And the new movie kind of picks up a little bit on that too, though it's taking place quite a few years later. These just kind of go hand in hand with each other. So if you're interested in seeing the new one and you haven't yet, you definitely want to make sure you see this one first. I'm not sure where this one is streaming off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's just fairly easy to find if you just look up that title right there. It's just, I can only imagine. Obviously, the song is going to come up right away for you on that. But as always, I hope that if you are enjoying the reviews and the adventure that you get here with with me, Movie Deputy, that you are going to make sure to subscribe and turn on that little notification bell so you get the latest and the greatest Movie Deputy content. But as always, I will be back soon with I Can Only Imagine 2 for you. As this is Saturday show, we don't typically do a Sunday show. I Can Only Imagine 2 will be going live on Monday. And don't worry, I have not forgotten about Strangers Chapter 3 either. So I'm going to try to get that one up for Wednesday's show. So fingers crossed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I can't believe I just did that. I just hit stop recording and I forgot to tell you the score. Shame on me. I know better than that. I can only imagine a 7 out of 10 on the deputy scale. And again, I did give that an innocent rating, a guarded innocent rating on that, just because of some of the content. So again, see you later. Bye.